Hello collectors, Joe Prodzik here with another statue review. Today I'm bringing you the second statue in Prime 1's 1/3 scale line from the Batman Arkham Knight video game. This is the Arkham Knight Red Hood exclusive from Prime 1 Studio. Batman Arkham Knight is an action-adventure video game developed by Rocksteady Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows in 2015. Based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, it is the fourth main installment in the Batman Arkham series and is one of my favorite video game series. The box art for the Arkham Knight is similar to Batman's. Prime 1 included foam at the corners to give the statue an added layer of protection. Cloth was included inside the box to ensure that certain pieces didn't get scratched. See my unboxing video for a more detailed look at the packaging for the Arkham Knight. If you haven't played through the Arkham Knight video game, then you might not want to watch this video, as it will include some spoilers about the identity of the Arkham Knight in this review. Even though the title of the video game is based on the Arkham Knight character, he's surprisingly not the main villain of the game. Despite this, he is still probably the most important character to the story, and collectors should be very familiar with his overall look. I think Prime 1 did an outstanding job capturing the character's likeness, which shouldn't have been hard to do with digital assets from the game being used. I really like the folds of the costume, as it makes the statue feel alive. Some collectors may be put off by the stagnant nature of the pose, but that's a necessity of the 1/3 scale and is to be expected with this line of statues. As this is the exclusive version of the statue, Prime 1 is giving us two statues in one. Not only are we getting the Arkham Knight, but we are also getting the Red Hood too. Now, is this just a cheap trick, or are we genuinely getting two different looks? For me, the answer to that question is a big yes. We are definitely getting two different looks. Not only can you switch out the portrait and chest pieces to differentiate between the two versions of Jason Todd, but Prime 1 gives you so many different switch out hands and options that you can completely tailor the look of the character to suit your display preference. Do you prefer the Arkham Knight with the sniper rifle? Or perhaps you like the Red Hood with dual pistols? Or maybe it's the other way around. Either way, I am impressed with the variety of different looks the statue can have. The only small complaint I have is that when dressed as a Red Hood, the statue still keeps the blue arms, which can be a little bit of a clash. If you don't like that, then you'll just have to wait for the Red Hood only version of this statue. I do like both portraits on the statue. The Arkham Knight receives light up treatment, though it is eyes only. I would have liked to have seen the Arkham Knight's entire dome light up. That may be asking too much. The Red Hood is done just as well, but I would have liked to have seen an unmasked or broken masks version of this portrait. If not included with the statue, then perhaps as an extra bust, like what was done with Batman. The Arkham Knight's base is almost identical to Batman's, with the only difference being eagles on the side rather than Batman's gargoyles. By itself, I like the base, but when paired with Batman, it is a little too similar. I would have liked to have seen more of a difference. The paint of the Arkham Knight is much improved over Batman. I thought Batman's paint was a little heavy-handed in places, and I'm happy to say that the Arkham Knight does not have that issue. The paint is smooth and detailed, especially with the portraits on the glossy red and blue sections of the costume. Those red and blue pieces of the Arkham Knight are pristine, while the rest of the statue is weathered, and so the statue loses some consistency, but overall Prime 1 did a great job. The overall quality of the Arkham Knight is very good. The magnets are strong, but not too much so, making it easy to switch out some of the pieces. The statue has a good weight to it, but is not as heavy as some people might expect or even want, but it doesn't feel light either. Like Batman, some of the weapons have a slight bend to them. This is probably caused by some heat during shipping and can easily be fixed by adding some heat back into them. This exclusive version of the Arkham Knight is $899.99 with an edition size of 1,000 and is currently waitlisted. The regular edition is similarly priced with an edition size of 1,500 and is still available to buy. It's too early to tell whether or not this line from Prime 1 is going to be increasing in value. Even though the exclusives have been selling out fast, usually within 24 hours of a statue going on sale, the regular editions haven't sold out quite as quickly. So far, it doesn't seem like the statues will be losing their value, which was a concern of some collectors because of the scale of this line and the previous lack of value in Prime 1's Transformers line. There has not been a whole lot of sales movement on the exclusive version of this particular statue, and there are not a lot of these listed for sale. If you find the right seller, you may still be able to get him for around cost, but recent buyers have paid between $1,000 to $1,500 for this statue, so the Arkham Knight is doing pretty good in the aftermarket. If I were you though, I'd jump on that waitlist and hopefully it'll convert for you. After receiving Batman, I was a tiny bit concerned about the Arkham Knight before I got him. This was mostly because of the heavy-handedness of Batman's paint. Not that it was bad, but it wasn't quite up to the quality you would expect from a $900 statue. I'm happy to say that the Arkham Knight is much improved from that Batman piece. I think the variety of display options Prime 1 Studio gives collectors is amazing. The statue has so many different display options, I don't even know which is my favorite yet. The statue looks great standing next to Batman, though I do wish there was some more variety in the base. Overall, I'm extremely happy with the Arkham Knight and I love having him in my collection. I'm giving the Arkham Knight a final score of 4 out of 5 for great. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Arkham Knight statue from Prime 1 Studio. And if you did, check out my show called Statue Talk, where I share my thoughts on all of the latest statue previews, pre-orders, and updates to my collection. Check out my website, statuereview.com, where you can view a full gallery of this statue, as well as my written review. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all of my latest statue reviews, unboxings, and updates to my collection. This has been Joe Project for Statue Review, and remember, statue collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a lifestyle.